Hi, I'm Dr. Kelly Hudson from Backworks Chiropractic in Dexter, Missouri. People have accidents all the time. They miss a turn, get sideswiped by somebody who's not paying attention. We know these things happen. The problem is what happens after the accident. Some people will call an attorney, some people just tough it out, go to the ER. A lot of people end up going to the emergency room and they'll either will or won't have x-rays taken. The typical course of treatment, what people get after an accident, is they get muscle relaxers and they get painkillers. And those in themselves are not bad, but they don't fix anything. When you are in an accident, usually people end up with whiplash, and that's just a fancy way of saying your head gets whipped around and your muscles don't like that very much. Let me give you an example. So if I turn to the side, if you're in an accident and you get hit from behind, the first thing that happens is you go back and your head will snap back because your head weighs about the same as a bowling ball and your neck isn't designed to support something moving that quickly. So you get hit from behind, you go back, and then your head hyperextends like this, and then there's a rebound and your head goes way forward like this. And what that does is it traumatizes the muscles in the front and the back of the neck. I've even seen it do it in people in the low back, even when they're wearing a seatbelt. The other thing to know about auto accidents is that claims adjuster will oftentimes say, oh, well, you were only going, 20 miles an hour. Surely that's not going to, there wasn't that much damage to your car. Okay, I want to think about that line of reasoning for a second. If there's not enough damage to the outside of a car, what that means is a lot of the forces were probably transferred to you. Because if their line of thinking held true, well, when you go buy eggs at the store, why do you even open it up and look? If the outside isn't damaged, surely the inside isn't damaged, right? We know that doesn't hold up. So accidents even as low as 5 miles an hour can create a significant amount of whiplash type trauma to the muscles in the neck and the upper torso. So I want to explain what happens after that. If any of you have ever twisted an ankle real well, you know what happens is it gets really tight and you can barely move it. That is a protective mechanism by the body. Your body goes, oh shoot, there's a problem there. If I keep that area still, it won't be hurt anymore. Smart. Your body is smart like that. Your body is only doing what it's designed to do, and that's to protect itself to the best of its ability. So what else happens? Think about the ankle twisting scenario. So you twist your ankle, it kind of gets swollen up, it gets really tight, and you can barely move it. Then that doesn't keep you from getting around, but what it does do is it changes the way your muscles function because that pain and that tightness in your ankle changes the way you move. And the same thing happens in the neck. So if your neck gets tightened up, body's trying to protect itself, then what happens is you change the muscles in your upper torso, you change the muscles in your shoulder, you change some of the way the muscles in your neck work. It can even affect your jaw, and that then causes some muscle abnormalities where you have certain muscles that are being overworked and certain muscles that are being underworked. I have been very blessed to have studied with some of the best musculoskeletal specialists in the world. And in doing so, it's kind of given me a unique perspective where I'm able to evaluate those muscles, not even just as far as how well you're moving overall, which is obviously part of it, but we can actually test muscle by muscle and see what's working and what's not. So let me tell you what very, very commonly happens in a car accident. You have muscles in the front of your neck, which flex the neck down. You have muscles in the back of the neck, which look up like this. When the neck gets whiplash and you do this action, like this, the muscles in the neck and the back of the neck go into spasm. They get really tight, and the muscles in the front of the neck turn off. So then think about, you've got muscles in the front, you've got muscles in the back. They act like 4 pillars around the spine to hold the spine steady. If the front 2 aren't doing the job, the ones in the back have to overwork. And that never gets reset unless somebody works on it. I don't care how many painkillers you take. I don't care how many muscle relaxers you take. If you're not getting the muscles evaluated to figure out which ones aren't doing their job, that pain is going to keep coming back over and over and over. And I've seen it happen so many times I can't even count. So So in our office, what we do is we actually evaluate. We want to see if you can move your neck the way you're supposed to in all ranges of motion. We're actually going to look at the shoulders as well, because the muscles in the neck and the shoulder are intimately tied in with each other. I had a guy referred to me from a neurosurgeon who wasn't a surgical candidate, had been through rounds of injections, he'd been through multiple rounds of physical therapy, and nothing seemed to help. The problem was everybody kept looking at his neck because that's where the pain was. When I went through my evaluation, the poor guy couldn't raise his shoulder up above here. Other shoulder was fine. This one couldn't raise it up above here. So we fixed the shoulder. In about a week and a half, the neck pain went away. He had the problem for almost a year. Now, that is what it means to take a look at the body as a whole and really look and figure out how the different parts of the body are interacting with each other. So if you've been in an auto accident and things aren't getting better, give me a call at my office. Phone number is 624-1935, and we will do an examination. We'll find out what's going on with you. Most of the time with car accidents, personal injury cases, things like that, there is no cost out of pocket to you at all. That is why you pay that insurance for on your car insurance. That's why you have those monthly premiums, so you don't have to worry about things like this. It is actually the job of the insurance company to make sure that you get to at least pre-injury status, which means I need to get you in the same shape at least as you were before the accident. If you end up settling before you get to that point and you have long-term problems, then you absolutely have no recourse. So give me a call, 624-1935, and we'll get you taken care of. Thanks.